How's it going, everyone? My name is Aztec, and in this video I want to take the time to talk about why you should give Rainbow Six Siege a chance, right? We're currently still in the middle of a global pandemic. COVID-19 is affecting a lot of people, and there's still a lot of stay-at-home orders and quarantines and lockdowns all around the world. So a lot of people are turning to video games and content creation to pass the time, right? You have a lot of video games out right now. Just to name a few, you have League of Legends, Dota 2, CSGO, Valorant, Fortnite, Call of Duty, Escape from Tarkov. I think those would be the top ones I can name, right? The more popular ones that a lot of big content creators have been playing. The one thing though that I've recently, I shouldn't say recently, but within the past month and a half that I've noticed is a lot of people kind of complaining or criticizing the gaming industry, saying that there just isn't a lot of games out that people are attracted to. So I've seen a lot on Twitter and a lot on podcasts of people saying that they're in this mental state where they're just not having fun anymore. And it's not because of the stress or the hard work that goes into creating content and streaming. It's just that there's no games out there that they enjoy, right? Now, mind you, Valorant just dropped. Fortnite has been kind of the king of it, of a lot of the big games, right? And then League of Legends as well. So there's big names out there, but people are still saying that they're just not having fun. The thing that I've also noticed is no one is talking about Rainbow Six Siege, right? Rainbow Six Siege is a first-person shooter that's more of a S&D styled game. Search and Destroy, or S&D. Best way to explain it is just look at CSGO and Valorant, right? Call of Duty also has a search and destroy mode where basically it's two teams, one attacking, one defending. There's two bomb sites. Attacking usually has to try to plant the bomb on the bomb sites and protect the bomb so it goes off. Defense has to either stop them from planting the bombs, or if they plant the bombs, then fuse it, right? That's the kind of the shortened version of what S&D is. Rainbow Six Siege is a very good game, right? And a lot of people aren't playing it. Mind you, I've seen some bigger content creators play it. Shroud, T Martin, back in the day, T Martin. I would say those are the two big names that maybe a lot of people will know if you're watching this video. But other than that, I have not seen anybody playing it, right? I've seen people mention it a little bit. As an example, I was listening to the Offline TV podcast, and they mentioned Rainbow Six, and basically people said, oh yeah, I heard it's good, and that's about it, right? That's literally all people are talking about Rainbow Six Siege. But no one's giving it a shot, right? People are saying, I'm bored, there's just no games that are fun out there, it's just not my style, right? For instance, Valorant, people are complaining about Valorant, good polished game by Riot Games, right? But there's just something about it that people aren't having fun. Okay, understandable. Fortnite, people are saying they're just not having fun at Fortnite anymore. The game just isn't what it used to be. Okay, understandable. Tarkov, you had that big wave of a lot of people playing Tarkov, and then it died down. A lot of people said it's just too slow, right? Too slow. Okay, understandable. And nothing. Rainbow Six Siege, just not even a mention, right? And it's not even like Rainbow Six Siege is this just small little game that doesn't have a lot of backing, right? No, Rainbow Six Siege is a very, very, very popular esport. And it's also probably one of the biggest growing games out there that doesn't really have a lot of attention. It's weird to say, honestly. If you're part of the community, you'd understand. A lot of big content creators and a lot of other people aren't giving Rainbow Six Siege a shot, and it's kind of blowing my mind. All right, just a little history. Rainbow Six Siege was released on December 1st, 2015, so almost 5 years ago, right? Beta versus now, totally different. All right, Rainbow Six Siege is under Ubisoft, or Ubisoft, whatever you want to call it, right? Like I said, released December 1st, 2015, so it's a 4.5 year old game. And I have to say, it's probably in its best state that it's ever been. And that's saying a lot, right? Just recently, Q1 of 2020, it was named as a tier 1, I think it was esport, tier 1 esport, which is very, very, very high honors, right? Just to kind of give you an example, the only other games that are labeled as tier 1 are League of Legends, Dota 2, and CSGO. So 3 powerhouse games, tier 1. And yet it isn't getting the attention it should be. I'm not saying it's not getting the attention it should be from like esport news outlets or developers. More of like it's not getting the attention it should be from content creators or gamers that are bored and don't know what game to pick up, right? Mind you, Call of Duty Warzone is probably, I'd say, the bigger game right now. There's a lot of content creators on there, a lot of people playing, a lot of casual. So it's got some competition, but yet I've even seen some Call of Duty people complain that they're just not having fun. And yet no one gives Rainbow Six Siege a try. It's a great game, very good. The game itself is very, very good. The mechanics behind it, right? It's not just your basic search and destroy like CSGO, Valorant. It's got a little bit more depth to it, right? There's wall destruction. There's wall destruction. There's operators. There's cameras. There's drones. It's got more meat to it, but it's not too complicated. Is the best way to say it. There's a very, very good ranking system, right? So if you're out there and you want a game that has a very good ranking system to see where you land in the world or in NA or Europe or anything like that, this has it. This also has a lot of developer support, right? There's always updates coming out, new content, right? By updates and content, I mean new operators, map reworks, in-game events that happen once in a while. And actually, it's been happening a lot more often. New skins, cosmetics, right? And also new seasons. Talking about new seasons in about, what, 2-3 weeks? There's going to be a new season coming out. Season 5, year 3? No, year 2. Season 5, year 2. So a lot of people are excited about that. So if you're planning on hopping in, probably right now is the best time to do it. The ranking system gets wiped, basically. Yeah, the ranking system gets wiped in a bit. So you'll be able to start off fresh in ranking. You'll be able to see 2 new operators, a new map rework, and a lot of kind of everyday life or quality of life changes happening to Rainbow Six Siege that's going to boost its lifespan and its just overall gameplay, right? There's very, very, very few games that get a very good developer support behind it, right? Now, I'm not saying a lot of games don't get it, but I'm saying to the level that happens in this game, you'd be surprised, right? You'll have developers telling you why they're doing things. You'll have developers getting on podcasts with just everyday YouTube content creators to basically talk about what they're doing, how they're doing it, and what they want to do, right? The game has very good backing, very good content updates. If you like, not too often content updates, but often enough where it keeps the game refreshing, right? And a very good ranking system. The community as well is amazing, right? If you ever have a chance to go to a Rainbow Six Siege event, you should go, right? I haven't been to one, but I've missed out. I want to go to one so bad, especially the R6 Invitational, which is basically the World Championships. Amazing event from what I've seen, right? The people that support this game, that are part of the community, are plus ultra, right? Level 9,000, whatever you want to call it. Amazing. Reddit pops off. I kid you not. If you want to see the community behind it, go to Reddit and just go to the Rainbow Six Siege subreddit. You'd be surprised, right? There's a lot of good content creators that are out there, right? People that tell you tips and tricks, or that just talk about news, or give you the opinion and say it in a good way. And that's on YouTube. That's on any streaming platforms: Twitch, Mixer, Facebook, YouTube as well, right? There's some good names out there. Even the pros themselves streaming. There's some big, really good pros out there, right? The community is amazing. So if you want a game that you'll be able to feel like It's got good backing from developers, good community backing, good community support that want to see what's best for the game and push the game forward. Rainbow Six Siege is the game for you, right? It's come a long way from its beta, right? A long way. The game from year one is way different than it is now. To give you a little example, I think I played the beta or right when Rainbow Six came out, like the first week I played it, and at first I was like, this game isn't for me. So I played Fortnite. Fortnite or Call of Duty or whatever I was playing at the time, and I really dug myself into Fortnite. My friends kept playing Rainbow Six Siege. I just played Fortnite, and that's literally all I focused on. And then Fortnite started kind of falling off a little bit, right? This is before World Cup. I'd say the fall before Fortnite World Cup is when I kind of stepped back a little bit and was like, let me give Rainbow Six Siege a try. And ever since then, it's just been Rainbow Six Siege has been the love of my life. That's the game I play. I also come from Call of Duty, right? Playing Call of Duty Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Call of Duty Ghosts. So I'm a Call of Duty guy. That's the first game I ever played and got really serious into. And for me to say, hey, I don't want to play Warzone, I want to play Rainbow Six, says a lot. The game is good. Give it a shot if you get the chance, right? They have free weekends where if maybe you don't want to play, you don't want to buy it, right? You want to check it out, wait for the free weekends to happen, or watch YouTube videos on it, or watch streamers play it, just to get the gist of what the game is. It might seem complicated at first, but it honestly is not. It is not a complicated game. It's still simple. It just has more depth to it than some of its comparable games, right? Another thing I also want to talk about is the esports side of it, right? So if you do go on Twitter or Reddit, you might see a couple of the big esport names bash the game a little bit, but it's honestly, it's kind of hard to compare the two sides. The very high gameplay of esports, or the competitive Rainbow Six versus even the ranked or casual R6. It's just two different worlds because the game's played differently on those levels. If you're a high playing ranked player or pro player, you might think differently. But if you're trying to get into a game or find a new game to play or kind of take a little bit more serious, Rainbow Six Siege is amazing game. Amazing, right? If you kind of want an example of like a high player game, right? Shroud is a robot sent from the future, right? He's amazing at the game. Recently he was talking about Rainbow Six Siege just not being fun, or it's not in a good state. But I'm not bashing Shroud, but I'm saying like his opinion and that you can't go off of just because of his skill and talent. He plays the game differently than, say, just an average Joe or someone who's coming from a different game would play the game or see it, right? Rainbow Six Siege esports is very good, right? It's been blowing up recently. I'd say in the past year and a half, 2 years, it's been just gaining a lot of momentum. And recently they announced that the North American Pro League will be played on LAN in Las Vegas, which is huge, right? So to give you an example, I think League of Legends is the only one that plays LAN. Maybe Call of Duty. Yeah, Call of Duty, but League of Legends is the best way to say it. They play on LAN for their pro esports, not online or anything like that. R6 is moving to that where they play LAN, but they'll be in Las Vegas only. So a lot of teams are going to be living in Las Vegas, playing in the Pro League on LAN, and it's going to be very entertaining to watch. Watch it during the weekend. I don't know what the schedule is. So if you want to check Rainbow Six Siege out and you kind of want to see the different worlds, I say watch the Pro Leagues, watch the pros play, but also watch YouTube videos on it from everyday content creators. For example, watch Coconut Bra, watch Narcoleptic Nugget, watch Varsity Gaming, Get Flanked. Those are kind of some names I can put out there. Watch YouTube videos, watch streams to kind of get the gist or just a little bit of insight on the game, and then maybe wait for a free weekend so you can get your hands on it. Or if you want, I mean, it's not even that expensive. I think you can get the game for 20, 30 bucks, maybe. And if you're kind of someone within my community and you want to try it out, let me know. I'll buy you the game. Like, that's how much I back the game, and I think you should give it a shot. And like, I want to take these last couple minutes to kind of give a message to a lot of the big names out there, right? The big content creators. If you're looking for a game to play because you're burnt out from all the other games you're playing, or you're just not having fun, I suggest, or highly recommend, that you download Rainbow Six Siege, right? Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. You will not regret it. I promise you. Give it a shot. Watch it. Watch streamers. Watch YouTube videos. I know I've said this plenty of times already, but just give it a shot. It's a great game, great community, great developer backing, and a great esports scene. You can't ask for a better combo. Having all 4 of that, right? All 3 or 4, whatever I said. You can't have a better combo than that. Guys, thank you for watching the 15-20 minutes that I've just kind of spewed out and ranted about the game. I appreciate it. I hope you guys stay safe. Keep your distance from people. Take the virus serious, and I hope your family stays well. Good night.